Breaking news.
He's a racist. For my whole life, he was speaking against black people. Even when my mom gave to the ministry, he said, I can't believe she gave that money to a black minister.
You've just seen and heard Katie Frazier, who's referring to her dad, Rick Frazier. Why, you ask, would Katie refer to her own dad as being racist? Katie is not an angry teenager who's mad at her dad. Rather, she has decided to take a courageous stance against racism. Katie strongly believes he's behind the malicious, untrue attacks being waged against God's apostle, David E. Taylor, because he's African American. Attacks Katie believes are resulting from her mother, Deborah, giving a large contribution to David E. Taylor's ministry. I don't know why she gave that money to a black man's ministry, Katie said she heard her dad say. As an outsider, David E. Taylor was summoned to testify in the Frazier's divorce hearing about the contribution. Rick said he wanted his ex-wife's money back and threatened David E. Taylor directly, telling him if he didn't comply, he would make videos to destroy him through social media to ruin his reputation. Since then, Apostle David E. Taylor has been publicly attacked by what's commonly known today as internet trolls, people who use the internet to give false information about others. They have gone to great lengths, even posting fake videos, blogs, and other information. Why, do you ask? Because the man of God innocently accepted a contribution to the ministry during the time of the Frazier's divorce hearings. This is shocking. Injustice in America is still a reality, but through it all, David E. Taylor has shown a heart of love for Deborah, Katie, and even Rick. In her reverence for God and his work through Apostle David E. Taylor, Katie publicly apologized to Apostle for the attacks and wrote him a letter of apology.
I just wanted to apologize to the social media world, and it's truly just because she followed what God wanted her to do and gave to this work. And it's my own father who's spreading these lies, who's getting these videos chopped up, the deposition videos that came from the divorce case. It breaks my heart. I hope that no one believes these lies. I want you to know that I stand with Apostle. My whole family stands with Apostle, and it's just, I've been so blessed by this ministry personally, and I was healed out of my wheelchair. And I came here and I saw a ministry that uses people's finances and turns them into something so wonderful that's reaching people all over the world.
It's unbelievable that even today one can accomplish what he or she sets out to do so easily using social media. This is what they don't want you to know. That footage from the Frazier's divorce hearing was manipulated. Particular questions were sliced and edited together in videos to make it look like David E. Taylor was mishandling ministry funds. These videos were sent throughout America to several media outlets, churches, and pastors, including one in Seattle, Washington, who herself was threatened. Pastor Helen Salder received an email from Rick Frazier saying if she hosted David E. Taylor at her church, she would be turned into the FBI because David E. Taylor is being investigated, and that a news team would be sent to her church. Strangely, after she received this email, her church window was not only broken, but her church was vandalized, spray painted with KKK, swastikas, and other racial markings. Her church email system was even hacked. Every member in her church received the very same email she did from Rick Frazier. The Bible says, none called for justice. They conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity. This is the false information they gave you. They lied about the federal investigation. They want you to believe David E. Taylor was being investigated and interrogated by authorities from the federal government. He was not. It was all a hoax. David E. Taylor was asked carefully crafted questions by attorneys in Rick and Deborah's divorce hearings, but instead the videos were constructed to make you think it was an investigation. David E. Taylor has never been investigated by the federal government. They lied about the homes. They want you to think David E. Taylor used ministry funds to purchase 2 luxury homes shown here. David E. Taylor does not own any homes. He still leases the same apartment he has been for over 7 years. They lied about the income. They made it seem like David E. Taylor receives a huge income from his ministry. David E. Taylor's ministry is a multi-million-dollar ministry, but he chooses to receive less than $35,000 of taxable income from his ministry per year. David E. Taylor's board of directors have recommended time and time again that he receive a more significant personal income, but he refuses, sacrificing all he can for the ministry, even all royalties from his national best-selling book, Face-to-Face Appearances from Jesus, The Ultimate Intimacy, to fulfill the vision God gave him. They lied about the Mercedes. They made it appear as if David E. Taylor purchased an expensive car using his ministry funds. He did not. A businessman honored David E. Taylor for his 25 years of ministry. David Taylor then took the car that was given to him personally and gave it into the ministry. In turn, his board of directors decided to turn the car into a stretch limousine to transport visiting church leaders and guests. They lied about the clothes. They want you to believe David E. Taylor misuses ministry finances to buy expensive clothes for personal use, but he does not. David E. Taylor travels extensively around the world holding miracle crusades and conferences. For this purpose, he wears quality clothes to support yearly travels and his television ministry. His expenditures are approved by his board of directors. They lied about David E. Taylor not knowing his board members. They tried to make David E. Taylor look incompetent by ambushing him. When David E. Taylor was testifying in the Frazier divorce hearing, his board of directors were going through a transitional period, electing new members. Therefore, he answered with integrity and followed the advice of his attorneys by saying he did not know. They lied about the taxes. They tried to paint a picture that David E. Taylor is operating his ministry illegally. Out of his love and concern, David Taylor took in a struggling family into his apartment. David Taylor's tax returns were filed reflecting the legal name of his dependents. In his apartment, the parents of the dependents always referred to their children by nicknames. Therefore, David E. Taylor did not know their full names. We can't conquer hate with hate. We can only conquer hate with love. For more information, visit